Once again, back from the exhibition and trade show floor here at APPEX 2024. These live presentations being brought to you by Burkert, where innovation meets inspiration, whether it's optimizing processes, enhancing sustainability, or simply delving into the fascinating world of fluid dynamics. Burkert is your trusted partner every step of the way, and we're very, very thankful to them for helping us out and bringing these live streams to the world. Once again, Sharon Amos, knocking it out of the park. I believe this is your fourth one in a row this afternoon.
No, am I doing okay?
You're doing fine. You're
Great.
doing fine. You've eased straight into that. You're asking good questions and just going through.
Make sure you tell me when I'm not, won't you?
I'll let you know if it happens this session.
Cool. Okay. Hi, Grant. How are you today?
I am most excellent. Yes, let's jump in. We have a repeat performer here. We have caught up at a number of online and industry events and broadcast discussions with our guest. Would you like to take it away, Sharon?
Thank you, Grant. Thank you. Hi, Max. How are you?
I'm all right, Sharon. Thanks for having me.
Now, you're here in a couple of commodities, so we say. So you're here with your own company, which is Nord, and you're also here with Open IIOT. I've said that correctly, haven't I?
Yeah, you managed a tongue twister, yes.
Excellent. So first of all, tell us a little bit about Open IIOT and what you're all about, what you're doing, and what you're trying to achieve as a group, as a team.
Look, we are a group of industrial companies that appear not to compete, but serve the same customer base. Here, in this case, packaging machinery, food processing machinery. And we, instead of exhibiting individually and showing our components, we decided back, I think it was 2018, let's build a machine, mix it all up, and educate our customers on the use of our individual products. And it has been a success so far. So we're doing this over 6 years now, toured throughout Australia and showed customers how actually various machine parts can communicate and interact via the internet and process and exchange data.
So for those people that don't understand that process, just define it a little bit more for us. How many companies are involved, and what did they contribute to the machinery or the components, and how that actually will structurally work?
So, as I said, it's an open group, so the number of company changes depending on who wants to join. At the moment, I think we are 5 companies.
And who are they, please?
So, Nord Drive Systems, obviously.
Of course.
SMC, there's Balov, there's APPEX, and Beckhoff. I hope I got the 5.
Sorry, I put you on the spot there, didn't I? And so how did those 5 companies come together? And how did you brainstorm what you wanted to achieve and have what you have now here at APPEX?
To be honest, I wasn't part of the initial founding because I'm only here since 5 years. But when we came together, we wanted to build a machine so customers can understand how actually IoT works. And we, for example, Nord built the gearboxes for the machine and basically the drives. Then there was Beckhoff, who set up their PLC to collect data. There's Balov sensors on the machine, and SMC pneumatics that move components around, and their smart valves. So, and all these various components allow us to gather data, and APPEX as our partner, they display it in their software and give the customer a possibility to access that data online and display it in a way so they can quickly see the information they need to see, no matter where they are. So you can be on the exhibition, on the booth, but you can be somewhere in your Sydney office and you can dial in and everything is available online. Okay,
so we'd better give this group a bit of a plug and see if anybody else wants to join. So are you opening up for other companies to join you and to have a greater group initiative?
Yes, so the label is open. I think we were inspired, or the initial founding team was inspired. There was a similar initiative back in Germany, and who is as well in the industrial field and feels like, I want to integrate my components into a bigger system and want to display IIoT features, then they're welcome to have a chat with us.
Excellent, excellent. And Max, so tell us a little bit about Nord, the company that is a part of this initiative. Tell us a little bit about your company.
Nord turns 60 this next year. So
Congratulations.
We are a German-based gearbox and automation company, and but we are also produce electronics since the 80s. So starting with wind energy. So we used to do the electronics for wind energy, and now we do them to drive our own gearboxes. And Nord also being an industrial components, we have to interact with PLCs, we have to read sensor signals. So we do this now also as part of the IoT exhibition. So we, for example, use Ball-off sensors, read their data into our VFD, use them to control our drive, but also we can output data to the backup PLC, and they, for example, can then send that via MQTT to a cloud so that customers can access that data from somewhere else. So Nord, as everywhere, let's see, in an airport or in a food manufacturing warehouse, is an integral part of the automation process.
Right.
And we use the IIoT group to kind of present it on a small exhibition space, how we interface or interact with other components.
So how big a part does Nord play with Open IIOT as far as their components in comparison to, say, Burkert? Or is it a group
I think it's
initiative?
pretty equal.
Equal?
We are all equal members. That means we have to put in our brains or pick our brains like what we want to design for this year or next year's exhibitions.
Right.
But also we work together. We set up exhibition space. We make a plan for our annual road shows, like where do we want to go, where do we want to meet customers. SMC has been very forthcoming, granting us their different sites in Australia for open days.
Right. And how did the open days work for you? Are they well received?
They were well received.
Yes.
So we all invited our customer base. So that ideally that means we can multiply the amount of people we can meet in a day, and organize this kind of mini exhibition or road shows for our customers. The customers I talked to afterwards found that very informative because they could meet with that time 6 leading manufacturers on one day and get the latest and greatest updates from industry. And we are planning to do that in the future as well.
So how does the next 5 years look for Nord and for the group?
I think since we are all R&D driven companies with new products and new releases every year, it's hard for me to read the glass ball, but there will be new add-ons, there will be new machine designs, and we will always try to pick the latest and greatest to present to our customers, because the idea is to present them the future of engineering or the future of a modern factory here and now in Australia. And for this, we have to use the latest and greatest components.
Absolutely. Thank you. Grant, do you have anything you'd like to ask Max?
Oh, I'd love to hear about all the latest things coming out. What
Oh,
all the latest
you
toys
like
are,
all these toys.
But I'm also aware that some of that's probably projects in progress that we can't really be told about. And
Anything hush-hush, I wonder?
Oh, yeah, Sharon, go right for the hush-hush.
No, unfortunately, most end users don't want to be named, so we often struggle with getting that. But look, we all work in all fields, and that's the beauty of it. So from food manufacturing to the roughest mining sites, they all need automation. So I actually was just part of a mining delegation up in Queensland, and organized by German Chamber of Commerce, and they told us that they now use robot dogs to monitor mine sites or explosive areas that then again communicate via Open IoT features, so communication protocols to gather data within the site. And that means in the future, Nord might need to have interfaces that our gearboxes are open to be read by a passing robot to say I'm healthy or I'm not, right? So
Yep.
we have to monitor these trends and be ready for it. And I think that's good to be part of the group, because you see what are others doing, where
Yes.
we lack or where we maybe better, and then see what's the industry trends.
Well, thank you very much,
Mm.
Max. This has been a great insight into what you do, what your company does, and what the group do. We wish you well in the future. We can only hope that the group grows and we can see greater initiatives.
I agree. And yeah, it's some of that sounding almost like sci-fi that I was reading 20 years ago. And now here it is, it's reality.
I can calm you down. I heard the battery time is 45 minutes, so you have to outrun them for 45 to 50, and
Very good.
you will be alive.
Hey, have you looked at me lately? And I can run for 45 minutes. Yeah. Well, Max, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Max.
Sharon, well done. Thanks. Another one. And thanks to
Thank you,
everyone
Brad.
who's listening to these. Very much appreciated. These live streams, of course, brought to you by Burkert, where innovation meets inspiration. And speaking of inspiration, I think we've got one more end of day wrap at around 5:30. So stay tuned. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day. And hopefully we'll be back with one final one for the first day around 5:30 local time.